So, I'm out wandering around. It's nighttime, and I wanted to talk for a second about angels. And more importantly, what I have discovered as of recent. Um, I know I made a couple of videos a while back about these spheres that I had been seeing in the clouds. And I was like, I'm pretty sure these are angels. And it's so funny how things work out and how you just get confirmation in certain ways, from the creator, from all different sources, and it's all pointing you in these directions. And you know that you're moving in the direction that you're supposed to be moving into. And all these things get shown to you and revealed and all that. And I was kind of like it was a thing where like I knew it, but I was still on the fence about it. And then recently I got confirmation, and it's like, yeah, these are angels. And more importantly, they're not just angels, they're Ophanim. And if you don't know what those are, those were, oh, we got one. It's like Ghostbusters. Where she hits the little button, it's like, we got one. I knew that wouldn't happen. That would happen like within a few seconds of me talking, but whatever. Keep going. Ophanim. So in the book of Enoch, Enoch talks about these. Enoch and Ezekiel talks about these the wheels with the eyes inside. They're in the book of Enoch, and they're also the passages with Ezekiel, where the whole thing like Ezekiel and the whirlwind. These are also like these are angels that are linked to whirlwinds, to storms, to tornadoes. And again, these are all like, it's so funny that we have all these pieces. We have all the pieces, but it's not until we set forth on our journey that we're able to put them together. I think we come into the world with all this information, with these various pieces. Like, they follow us through our lives. You don't know why you're attracted to certain things. You don't know why certain things find their way into your life until you go onto this path, and you're like, oh, that's what it was there the entire time, but like I couldn't see it. I didn't understand it. It's like reading a book or seeing a movie when you're like a certain age, and you don't get it until you come back and watch it later when you're an adult, and you're just like, oh my god, I get it now. And it's like, and I remember I made a video, and I was like, and I didn't even really, I knew what I was saying, but I didn't know what I was saying, where I was like, I think these are angels, and I think these are the same things that like Enoch and Ezekiel were seeing. And yeah, that's what they are. That's what they are. They appear as wheels, but they also appear as spheres. And that's what I've been seeing for the longest. Like, they've all like these spheres that are at the center of these clouds. They move in these storms. And if you go back through my videos, you'll see that like I talk about storms a lot. My connection, like my weird connection with like God and angels and storms, and yeah, it's all there. And it's so funny because these angelic beings are like following me around. I can feel them. It's so funny, like when we think that we're alone, and it's like, we're not alone. We got help. Oh, I love the bright headlights. The bright alien headlights. The scary headlights they all have now. How you doing, buddy? It's like, it's crazy, but it's like it's there, it's true. And like I said, they're following me around, and I'll go places, and I don't really understand. I didn't understand like why. Like, suddenly, like the wind would get crazy, these storms would like whip up, and then like all my stalkers would just like bolt. Because apparently I was rolling with angels. I didn't even know it. And I think like a lot of us are. And some of us know it, some of us don't. like I said, I had an idea that was going on. I had an idea, but I wasn't entirely sure until I got like real confirmation today. And it's so funny because again, like these weird storms like appear around me, and the craziest situation that I connect with, and again, it's just like going through these passages in the Bible, and like the whole thing's like the whirlwinds and seeing these things in the storms. And I was walking from a friend's house about 2 months ago, and it was already kind of, the weather was turning stormy, and so that was already kind of happening. Like, clouds were already in the sky and stuff. And then as I'm walking, I felt the wind pick up, hair stood up on the back of my arms, back of my neck, and I could feel this just massive storm forming behind me. And I turned around, and I swear on my life, there's a funnel cloud forming right behind me. And I'm just like, and it wasn't just the funnel cloud. I could feel this being, this angel at the center of the cloud. Like I've never been so, like I felt it. Like I just felt it. It was there. And like I turned, cause I mean, you see a funnel cloud. I don't care who you are. It's like you see a funnel cloud like that close behind you. You're like, and I kind of started freaking out. And I just kind of was like, I kind of tensed up. And then I turned around. Oh, I got another one. I turned around, and it was gone. It was just gone. And not only was it gone, it was like that entire section of the sky just cleared up. It was so crazy. But yeah, Ophanim, like I believe that has to do with the Hebrew word for wheel. It's like connected to the Hebrew word for wheel. But this isn't like make believe, or like they were. No, these beings, these particular types of beings exist. You know, and and people will tell you like, oh well, they were in the Bible. They were just it was just the way they were describing things at the time. It's like, no, they weren't. Like they were writing down what they saw. People were not stupid back then. They knew what was going on. And maybe they didn't have exact words for certain things, or they weren't able to convey things exactly. They knew what the hell was going on. That's just one more way that this, inverted society just dismisses things. Oh, it was all, metaphor. It's like, no, it wasn't. That's literally what they saw. But, it's like, I was actually having a conversation with my father about the book of Revelation. He's like, well, son, a lot of that's metaphor. In the back of my head, I'm like, okay, Dad. But in the back of my head, I'm like, no, it's there's a lot of like literal stuff there. But anyway, yeah. And I think that as things continue to reveal themselves to us, to everybody, you're going to start to see things like that just out in the open. And you got to understand that, like, and that's what the whole, like, in the Bible, there's so many times where they tell these prophets and these people, like, don't be afraid of what you see. Because, despite what, mainstream pop culture and all that has kind of forced in our heads, like, a lot of these beings, these angels, like, they don't look like what you think they look like. A little bit different. And some of them can be really intimidating. But, like, they're not here to frighten you. A lot of them are here to protect you. But, like, it's like, like, the whole, when, like, Moses went up into the mountain. And I love just thinking about that. Like, when Moses went up into the mountain, and it's just like, he was just, like, just a fraction. He was just, like, within God's vicinity. Just a fraction of it. And it's like he came down, and like people couldn't look at him because he was glowing, because he had this, but it's like, this is what you're dealing with. It's all like, it's like, and I hope that's what, if I can convey anything through my channel, I hope that's what I can convey, and that's what I hope that I can explain to people. It's like it's all part of one big truth. You know, all this stuff, all the stuff I talk about, like it's all part of the same whole, and we just have to be the ones to put it together. So, yeah, angels. How's about that? I will talk to you guys when I talk to you. Bye.